If you own a BMW motorcycle, then you've probably already heard about the Hex GS-911. If you haven't, or even if you just don't really know what it's capable of, I'm going to quickly take you through its features, the price, and how it even let me upgrade the dash on my R1250 GS to have the full sport mode with lean angle, brake pressure and traction control intervention. Now, I recently did a video about the best gadgets for your bike, which has been way more popular than I expected. You can see it up here, but please look at it later. Thing is, while I was editing that, I got an email about some updates to the GS-911, which I've used for over 4 years now. I know I'm pretty excitable about stuff, but the promise of adding a whole new screen to my GS's dash really got me going. It also meant I could dial in way more control over the heated grips. But these upgrades are just the icing on the cake with this device. So before I show you that, let's quickly run through what this thing does. Put simply, the Hex GS-911 is a professional level diagnostics tool for pretty much all BMW motorcycles back to the R1200C of 1998. This thing will let you read and clear fault codes, reset the service reminders, run tests of individual parts of the bike, view and store live data as the engine's running, and carry out really useful things like bleeding the ABS pump and calibrating the suspension. What it can do will vary by bike, of course, but if you have a look at the links I'll put in the description, there's one in there that takes you to the full compatibility list. Better still, check out the full written review at bikesocial.co.uk as I go into a lot more detail there and can keep it updated. Again, it will be in the description and up here in the other content thingy. And when I first got this unit, I had a BMW S1000 XR. And while it was pretty handy, I had to use an old PC laptop to run it, which was a bit of a pain. And that's all changed though, as it can also work entirely through a cloud-based app. So it'll run on PC, Mac, iOS or Android phone or a tablet. I've got it running here on my Carpet Eater ruggedized tablet, which I use for navigation. I should say that there's also a USB version of the GS-911 available, which is cheaper, but the Wi-Fi one is what I'd recommend as you don't need to run it on a PC laptop. So keep it in mind that the features can vary. Here's what I can do on my 2019 R1250 GS. I can access the ECU information, read fault codes, get real-time sensor values, run output tests and calibrations, as well as other service functions on the engine controller. Oh, and the ABS system, instrument cluster, body controller, semi-active suspension, tyre pressure monitors, alarm, and the satellite body controller. I can also do all of that except run output test and calibration on the keyless ignition and the emergency telematics, though I don't have that on my bike anyway. And yes, I can also reset the service interval date and mileage. This is a new feature that's just been added to this, which I hadn't seen before. If I go into vehicle electronics, service functions, coding functions, indicator cancellation, it gives you the ability to turn off the comfort indicators. Now they're already off because I'd had to take it to the dealers to get them to do that. This wasn't an option on there before. Now it is, and that's great because the comfort indicators were awful. They cancel themselves when you're halfway around a roundabout. So another great feature. So bleeding the brakes is a good example of use for this, as you can run the ABS pump and clear any air from it. And this is really important, and you usually have to go to the dealer. But not only does this let you do it, it also explains what you need to do. And that's something I've been particularly impressed with. This gives professional levels of access to the bike systems, but it also explains the steps pretty simply. A diagnostics kit can sometimes be hard work for a DIY user, as it can sometimes just give you confusing codes. But that's another thing that's really helpful on this. It will tell you the fault code, but also give you a proper description. Now I've deliberately made my bike flag up a fault. Not one that would put a warning light up, but something that shows what it will find and how to clear it. There it is. I plugged a heated jacket into the DIN socket, which overloaded it and made it shut down. Stored faults don't always mean there's something wrong with the bike, but being able to access them can really help in diagnosing any issues you're having. And of course, you can clear those faults with this and keep an eye out if they come back. Other useful things that jump to mind are being able to pair a new tyre pressure sensor or test the fan, for instance. Let's say the brake light stopped working. You can turn it on with this to check if it's the LED module that's gone or the switch. You can do the same with pretty much anything. I've linked a demo in the description too. When I tried it, it didn't have all the features that are on the real thing, but that demo does give you a good idea of what this does and how easy it is to use. Before we get into upgrading the dash, I just wanted to invite you to our Bike Social Facebook group, where you can chat with Michael Mann, Michael Burton, Steve Rose, Steve Lamb, Andy Shoebridge and me, but more importantly, thousands of other like-minded riders to get advice, share your experiences and hopefully make some new friends. So the new dash, All I had to do was plug the GS-911 into the bike, turn on the ignition and open the app. There's no faffing with connections. It just opened, connected, came up that there was an update available, so downloaded it, it installed onto the GS-911, rebooted, then it was ready to go. If we look in the instrument cluster section, you can see it here. Turn on what you want, then send it. What I really like is how it even explains what to do if the connection's somehow lost during the process. You don't have to worry. You can't brick your bike with doing this. Once it's done, you have a new dash option. Now I had a quick video call with Neil Lapine from Hex to get some more info on this. Apologies for the frankly rubbish angle Teams used cropping my head massive on it, but it's interesting I reckon to hear a bit more.
The idea was that Stefan, the original, or the founder and the current CEO of the business, was going on a trip across Africa, and quite rightly being a bit concerned that if a light was to come on or he was to have an issue, what's he going to do? Yeah. And given our history and long partnership, we're working with quite a large automotive diagnostics business in the US. He decided there was a great opportunity to develop and launch a product for BMW bikes, and that's really where it started. So it started as like the emergency tool to get into your bike, check the health of your bike, turn lights off, and check various data, and then it's kind of evolved from there. And the guys have continued adding functionality to the product to make it addressable to not only the biking community but professional workshops as well.
You must have kind of had to work with BMW to some extent on this, or do you know what their opinion is of it?
Quite a controversial question there, John. I'll be honest with you. Like the majority of aftermarket diagnostic companies, we're completely independent. So we don't have, we don't have any interaction as of such with BMW themselves. Yeah. And I guess one of the things that's important to us is we ensure that we stay on the right side of the line. So we don't produce any functionality which might concern BMW. One of those things is changing the software on bikes, which I think would be that would be something that would be concerning for them. So programming or flash programming, as you would call it, we don't cover that. We will cover features and functions that are addressable to the consumer in the workshop, but like I said, stay on the right side of the line. All we're simply doing is allowing functionality that exists in the bike already. So it's a little bit like turning switches on and off. This functionality is in there. It's just hidden. And so by allowing by going in the software and turning on that functionality, the user can then see it and benefit from it.
Are there any plans to bring GS-911 to other brands? Is it possible?
If I had my way, I'd say yes, John. But knowing the level of investment, knowledge, and experience that is required to produce a product like this, and to keep it up to date, it's very, very challenging. And so you think when we started to develop GS-911, it's in early 2000, and you've got a team of 3 to 4 engineers working on this full time to continually bring new functionality to the product and keep chasing the goalposts of BMW Motorrad as they release new models. So it's a tough enough job keeping a product to the level that we've got today, let alone adding in another diagnostic solution. So I think the straightforward answer to that is, to the level of GS-911, it would be challenging to bring another product to market like that. But what we certainly are interested in doing is bringing more of a low-level health check capability to a product that would cover a broad range of brands. That would be something that we're certainly aspiring to do.
Can we expect more soon from BMWs? More surprises? We go, hey, that's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got some other functionality that's up our sleeve to make bikes. Let's just say make drivers more aware of you as a rider. So making you more visible on the road, being able to configure and change some of the light settings on the vehicle. On some of these more modern bikes, you don't have a tail lamp. Everything is controlled via the multi-function indicators at the rear, and you tend to lose indicator signals through, when the brakes are on and these type of things. So we're looking at, releasing functionality, and it's in beta at the minute, in all fairness, that allows users to configure their bike to make yourself more visible on the road, and make you feel safer, let's just say. We've got other things that we're working on, and our engineers are very busy on looking at more functionality that enables our GS-911 to be more than just a diagnostic tool.
Yeah.
And this is where we're trying to position it in the future as well. Is, a lot of people will look at this, well, I only need this when I've got a light on my bike, or I need to reset my service light. Yeah. Well, today there is 1,000,001 functions that go beyond that. But now we're looking at taking it to the next level and saying, what other functions can we add? What other features can we add to the device in the form of service functions that get riders excited?
Now, Neil mentioned about using the GS-911 while out on the bike. For the full feature set, you need to have a data connection with your phone. But if you're out in the middle of nowhere, it will still work in an emergency mode that lets you see all the ECU information, read and clear fault codes, and check real-time sensor values for the engine controls. So basically, it can get you out of trouble on a big trip. Now, I said how you can't brick your bike, and that's partly because this backs everything up first. It's also because all this is really doing is accessing things, so switches effectively, that are already inside your bike's electronics. That dash was always inside the TFT because it's used on different models. It just wasn't activated on my bike. If you follow the instructions on the app as you use it, you really can't go wrong, but there is also an excellent support service. When I first got this, I had to ask a question and got a reply back in 4 minutes. Not because of where I work or anything, it's all on a personal account. And I should say it was during office hours, but the support is really good, as you'd expect of a premium product. But it's what you're paying for. Thing is as well, the fact that the team will very quickly make tweaks to the system if a user finds something that's different on their particular bike, and that they can even access and scan the bike if you want them to, means this is a lot more than just a simple box to turn off a warning light. It's also important to understand that everything you do with this is reversible, so there's no reason for it to affect your bike's warranty if it still has one. Obviously though, if you turn off the service warning and don't do the work, you won't have a warranty then. And if you did do all your own servicing, it of course won't be on the BMW database when you come to sell it. But I always keep all the receipts for anything I buy when servicing my bikes or cars. I should say as well, of course, if your bike's under warranty and you have all the servicing done by BMW, this is still really valuable in being able to, if there is a problem, being able to find out what the issue is so you can go into the dealership armed with that knowledge. Right, the cost. There's a USB version that costs £276, and that has all the same functionality as this, but it'll only run on a PC. It's also permanently locked to only offer service functions on a maximum of 10 different bikes. I'll explain that in a minute. This is the Wi-Fi version, and it costs £366, which is a fair bit of money, but it's really easy to use as it'll run on any device. Using your phone or a tablet is so much easier than messing with a computer, especially if you're a Mac user. So that 10 bike limit. What it means is that you can scan and read the fault codes for as many bikes as you like. There's no limit there, but you can only do service functions on up to 10. Once you run a service function, like resetting the service indicator or priming the ABS pump, that VIN is stored in the device and takes up one slot. Realistically, 10 will be enough for most people. Assuming you change the bike every 3 years, that's 30 years of use. And for each bike, this has only cost 36 quid. That's less than it costs for a dealer to do a single scan for you. And if you spread that across the 30 years, that's a lot of servicing. So yeah, I reckon most users won't ever need more than that, but you can get more with a subscription, but only if you need them. That costs £95 a year, but there's no penalty if you let it lapse. The best way I can explain it is that, let's say you've got one for yourself, and you've used 3 of the VIN slots, leaving 7 spare for your future bikes. And then a few mates ask you to use it on their bikes. You could take out a subscription for the year. Then you could use it on as many bikes as you want. But if you later cancel that subscription, you'll still have those 7 spare slots for yourself. Now, I don't like subscription models, but we're all paying them, and they're really common in technology that needs constant development. I'm guessing you're probably paying a subscription of some sort for the phone you're watching this on. Unless it's on your telly, in which case I can only imagine how horrific it is to have them this big. The only thing worth mentioning is that it's possible that Hex might introduce some features in future that are exclusive to the subscription model. But, and this is really important, they've totally committed to maintaining all the features that are already there. What I mean is that they won't turn features off, then make you pay more for them. Now, I always mention Bike Social membership in my videos, which you get free when you buy your motorcycle insurance direct from Bennett's. We've been insuring bikes for more than 90 years now. We've got a 24/7 claims line right here in the UK. All our agents are based right here in Coventry, and we also cover common modifications like road legal exhausts as standard. And the Bike Social membership you get is worth 60 quid and gives you hundreds of discounts, competitions and money can't buy experiences like exclusive access to BSP. Point is, we also have a 10% discount on all Hex products too, so you can save £36 on the GS-911 and £20 on the brilliant EasyCan. You can even save on the adapter cables you can get for this, which let you use it on the 10-pin sockets that older BMWs have. And I should say, we've got no affiliate links, we get no kickbacks. Makes no odds to us whatsoever whether you buy this. There's no denying that this is an expensive bit of kit, but it's far more fully featured than anything else I've seen and very simple to set up and use. The Wi-Fi version will work on pretty much any computer, phone or tablet. And don't get hung up on that subscription thing, there's really no need for it unless you're going to be servicing more than 10 different bikes. I lent this to the race mechanics at BSD to see what they thought, and Andy there tried it on an F800, an S1000RR and 2 GSs, finding pretty much every service item on there. He told me how there are other devices that let you just reset a service light, for instance, but even as a professional, he found this did so much more. He reckoned it was the ultimate for BMW bikes and much better than generic readers. That's his words. Look, if you don't do your own maintenance, and you're happy to just take your bike straight to dealer, then this probably isn't for you. But if you like to know exactly what's going on with your bike, and especially if you want to do your own servicing, it's well worth the investment. Now, back in 2016, I was chatting to the owner of a 3-year-old R1200 GS Adventure who said that once it was out of warranty, he did all his own servicing. He said he uses the GS-911 for resetting the service indicator and analysing and resetting fault codes, as well as loads of adjustments like synchronising the throttle bodies. He said all he does now is take the bike to a local BMW specialist to check the valve clearances and stamp the book. The point is that if this is something you're going to use, it'll pay for itself really, really quickly.